influence the rest of the map with this mid lane. Teachama, where does he go here? And can he achieve it here against EDG?
And let's remember, they still do have the ability to do that in the early game from the fact that Galio will have push in the mid lane. But how does this all come together in the mid game? It's very reliant on the way that EDG decides to play the game, and that's what I don't like about it.
Because EDG have their core champions that they've been playing so much over this split. In a game 3 where they hold Vici's life in their hands with a win, where WE hold their own lives in their own hands with a win, it comes down to this. Welcome to Summoner's Rift here for the final game of this series. Beisheng and Junja are just going to spot each other out. But note here, lethal tempo Corki from Scout.
Yeah, going to go a lot more for not only that scaling option, but going to be indexing heavily into those auto attacks.
Plus a fleet footwork Sejuani, which, although we don't see much Sejuani, we still don't see much of the fleet footwork anymore.
It is still pretty confusing that you'd actually go lethal tempo.
When
we're talking about how they just really need to play from a range. And not even that they need to play from a range, it's that they hold all the cards, right? They can play from a range. They can engage. They can try to fight through side lanes with the Corki. They have so many avenues available to them.
I guess Muramana Corki we've been seeing a lot more as well. We could see lethal tempo paired up with that nicely. There's a lot of avenues there. While, again, look towards Teachama's runes. It is going to be the Predator Galio that we saw in Game 1 that we've also seen out of Doinby this season as well. And Knight, by the way. So Teachama, as you talked about, the shove in wave in the early levels with the Winds of War, as you can see Junja in the jungle side of EDG spotted out on a ward that was placed by Beisheng, is now pathing up towards the top side of the map.
And Beisheng actually going to cut the map in half, going to look for this invade on the bot side, which is very good because we need to see some action get going early. And looking for these duels on the Junja, obviously not going to get a duel, but is going to be able to get everything in his bot side jungle. And that feels very good, especially if you're Jomung and missing. Maybe going to see if they can set up some sort of dive pressure, but might be hard by the time that Junja gets down.
Because as a bottom lane duo, Jomung and Missing have been pretty much comfortable in their lanes all series long, right? And especially this lane yet again that we saw in Game 1, where it was shoving against Hope and Mako, and Missing was really abusing his accuracy with the hooks. Means that Hope and Mako in a similar position here, and now even more so with Beisheng doing the full clear towards this side, but being responded by Junja in the top side of the map.
Looks like that EDG have realized that they're doing this, so going to get some camps back for himself. Neither side really having the pressure to dive the other side lane, especially for WE. Maybe you could have done it if you're Galio pressure, but does look like the wave bounced back, and now Corki is pushing in the Galio.
Morgan going to be receiving this big wave from Audi as well.
Ooh, actually they are going to go for it.
Okay.
Set is a great diving champion.
And the teleport from Scout versus 3 Facebreaker doesn't connect. Morgan wants to leave this lane. He flashes away, but I think it's too late with Permafrost with the Haymaker. First blood goes over to Scout.
For anyone who is watching EDG coming back from Chinese New Year break, you would know that they love going for this play.
And now, with a TP coming through, WE want to make a response. Facebreaker here again. Morgan TPing to his death. I don't know. Even under turret, Audi absorbs the pressure. Haymaker shield, Scout as well. Balanced. Teachama joins the play, but WE have already lost so much. The heal for the movement speed as Scout manages to flash too. The Winds of War, good, with the Justice Punch follow-up, and now the Shield of Duran, so close to the turret, and Audi, in fact, walks into the range. Double kill for Teachama, and WE with a response that's unexpected.
Oh, and still going. But yeah, EDG getting punished for the way they tried to path out from behind the turret. How they just walked out from in front of the turret, they would have been fine.
Ignite's going to come on down. Double up is there. Heal there as well. Flash is available for Hope. Missing. Sends out the hook with Hope flashing away from it at this point. The turnaround from WE, but the trade so much better from EDG's side as Mako with a dredge line again. Good play. Ignite turned around, but Missing is low, and he's dead in the 2 versus 2. WE now trying to get it 1 versus 2 as Jomung has the Gravitum, but no trade back. EDG across the map still ahead in goal.
We are seeing so much action across the map right now. Still, Beisheng going to be able to get the Scuttle Crab is quite nice with the fact that they just lost in bot lane, but yeah, a lot of action.
But sir, I have to say, while I'm impressed at EDG's dive towards the top side of Morgan TPing in and getting punished again, Teachama picked up 2 kills and it was a good response. That was a good dodge from Jomung as well.
But Scout also picked up 2 kills.
That's right.
And if you ask me...
Uh-oh, Mako. So close. Teleport's going to come in now. This is not good, because WE might get the support, but there's 4 people here. Jomung is in a pickle on top of Hope. He's trying to trade this one away, but missing now. The pickle belongs to him as well. And EDG with 2 more kills. The bottom lane in shambles for WE.
I love that EDG are just ready for Mako to overstep like that, committing everything down towards the bottom lane, and they're the ones to pick up 2 kills. And going back to what we said before, if you asked me, would you rather have a 2-kill Galio or now a 3-kill Corki? Of course I'll take the Corki every time.
I mean, Scout is more set up to succeed than he was in Game 1, right? Scout with lethal tempo. We're going to get a very ambitious Corki this game. And at this point, now behind 1,000 gold at 5 minutes in the game, WE at least picking up the first Cloud Dragon here. Ocean coming up next, which means a Mountain or Infernal Rift.
I also want to keep my attention towards the top lane to see if EDG can set up another dive. We saw how good Set is in these dive scenarios with the shield from that Haymaker.
Yeah.
And now especially he picked up the Executioner's Calling, so we're going to have the Grievous Wounds. And now it's Scout being such a monster and should probably have the ability to push out this wave. You can just constantly look to set up that play again and again as EDG.
He's holding the wave here, Lyric.
Yeah, so looking for that lane domination. But Teacher Ma doesn't care.
He's level 6. Chicken ready to fly.
But unreliable engage. Feels bad.
As you said before, but maybe not if the dredge line used so defensively.
No flash.
Missing does have the death sense available. As you said, there's no summoner there. The pillar used nicely, and there's no way he gets out of this one. Mako is going to die for his 2nd time here in the game, and Jomung picks up the kill crucially.
Ooh, Morgan though.
We're just fighting across it. This is now some LPL game. Fantastic.
EDG in an LPL game?
But Junjia, oh no.
Oh
Back
no.
comes through. Help me, he says. I'm getting engaged on.
Oh
Teacher Ma has the Predator. It is used but can't get a range in time.
That was scary.
That was really scary.
But going back to that
sorry.
bot lane play, Mako knew they were there. They knew that this dive was going to happen. So him like walking so far forward to try and control vision was quite confusing, but still EDG, WE only getting 1 isn't too bad.
So the game state now, I think we have to clarify, because a lot has happened, and WE have clawed back some of the gold that was there a second ago as that hook somehow lands. But it only means Poke is going to come through easier here for WE, because their bottom lane picked up a kill. And we've got 2 on the mid lane Galio.
But at the same time, I still feel like if you're EDG, you're in a good position by the fact that even that bot lane dive was still a response to what EDG dictated, right? Okay. Scout looked for the freeze on mid lane, so Teacher was like, oh god, I can't do anything here. Had EDG played more safe, like better, backed off sooner around that bottom lane turret, and then given Scout like the heads up, hey, now you can just start pushing out, everything would have been timed very well, and W wouldn't have been able to find an advantage.
And just to reiterate on that as well, while we look towards EDG having that small favor, you can see Manamune is picked up here on the Corki as Mako walking a bit too far forward yet again, missing. I don't believe he threw out the hook there in the end too. But back onto Scout, this guy has a Cull in hand as well. So Corki is going to be a huge threat at this 20-25 minute mark with the way this game is already going.
I also like how he changed his build from Game 1, because Game 1 we actually saw him sit on the components of Triforce.
For a long time, yeah. Even trading really well in this mid lane already with just the Mirror Mana.
Not even sit on the component, he finished Triforce. He got tier, finished Triforce, and then finished the item.
Ah, yeah. What other builds do we want to look at this point? I'd say Teacher Ma's getting pretty close to the Proto Belt here. But as you talked about, like coming back to your point in champ select, you can already see Teacher Ma hasn't altered in this game. Well,
and okay, Galio has Proto Belt. Is Galio going to be the one who walks forward, flash Proto Belts into the enemy team? Like, that's
not really the option.
Yeah, I mean, it's an option, but it doesn't sound like a good option.
No, I agree. And at this point, from the start of the early game, it has slowed down quite a lot. But notice with this Rift Herald take, EDG are pinging. I said that at a very wrong time, because it looks like we're brewing.
And yeah, WE actually need to go for this since they are the early game.
But they're turning onto Audi. They're actually going to find the set. A great hook yet again. Everyone flies on in. The Haymaker shield not enough, but the bullet time might be. Scout separates here with a really nice package. Now WE are the ones that are split. Morgan into the world and is trying to take on 3. He gets a knock up. Here's the engage. But Galio is a minute too late as Mako getting chased by Bei Shang. Scout finds Morgan, and they're getting collapsed upon. WE at least trading here, at least getting some kills, as Mako now slowed down. No death sentence there with the range. They're getting so close, but Mako, they just need one auto, and Hopen is also going to join him here. So it is a net win for WE in the end. Where's the pillar? 3? No, we're 8 seconds away.
Yeah, I'll say we're very far.
But we're going to chase this all the way through. Joe Mog is trying to cut him off.
He's 100% dead.
It's just about how dead. There it is.
It's not about how dead.
Give it to 80.
Oh my god.
Give it to 80 carry. We're still watching this. Okay.
I mean, I could start breaking down that fight, but let's be honest. We're going to get a replay.
We're going to get a replay.
Point is, WE have the comp that, once again, needs to accelerate the game. So I'm glad that they're the team who gets on Herald first, forces the fight, and we saw really botched execution coming out from the side of EDG.
Yep.
Ooh, but speaking of botched execution, but now actually EDG are going to be the ones to start up on this Rift Herald, but actually not feeling quite comfortable. Really confusing when we see Hope going back down towards the bottom lane.
Yeah, and then EDG just backing away in the end. It's like, okay, we're going to commit, but not really. WE is saying we're going to commit. Really?
EDG were like, okay, we're going to hope that WE are making a mistake, but WE did make a mistake. They get pressure in bot, walk up towards this Herald, and everything is great.
Everything is great. Well said, sir. Very well said. WE with an early game gold lead here as well. It's been chaotic. It's been fun. But now I'm expecting this Rift Herald to get dropped down, and you talked about WE with the time that they have to really start playing with these objectives, like the Ocean Dragon, and that again has been started, but no one here.
And this is just EDG mismanaging their windows, but ooh.
Scout TP'd in. It's going to be a late TP. Jomong in the flank here as an Aphelios gets Graviton onto the jungle, but the Wombo now available as Mako's in a bad position as well. Scout is fed, but he can't get the damage source down. Audi here into the backline survives for a while and does take the Trundle with him, but Morgan is flying sky high with a fed Aphelios who has a triple, who wants a quadra kill, and you know what? They won't give it to him, but WE will take the gold from EDG's nose.
This just makes you scratch your head and wonder, why was EDG not doing the Dragon when WE were, you know, getting on Herald first? Why were they not getting deeper vision set up, having Audi already in the fight? Because we saw how far Audi had to walk to even be a part of this team fight. Wasn't there at the start of it, and
WE, I mean, holding the goods here.
Like, just look on your mini map. Audi's not even here. You should have been the team who had first set up on this objective from the fact that they were doing Herald. And Hope getting a full channel bullet time, but doesn't mean much. Jomon coming in from the back, they take out this front line. And Scout just not having the damage needed at this point in the game to be a relevant enough damage threat.
I'm going to say the pillar from Bei Sheng there was really nice. Stop the end of the bullet time that we saw on your screen. And now WE ahead by 1K gold, 13 minutes into the game, and things are looking good. They've got an Infernal Soul to play with here in this game as well, already having the 2 first dragons.
Now, EDG, just slow it down, take your time. You're only sitting at that first item on Corki. It's not even a Mirror Mana yet, so it's not even where you'd want it to be. Hasn't even finished his cull.
But he's on the way to finishing his Triforce, right? And as we talked about in the early game, I mean, Scout was big. Scout still is pretty damn big. He's the one taking the kills at the end of these fights. But WE still holding control across the Rift right now. Next objective we need to look towards is this Herald, which is now getting placed down towards the bottom lane.
Yeah, WE constantly will have the priority now to play around their bottom side. Just, again, Galio hover towards the bot lane, have Bei Sheng there as well, and EDG have to just constantly give. You really don't have any other route to play in this game. Even at this point, it seems like dedicating your resources top towards Audi would be too much when WE then can try and force some sort of play onto Hope and Mako, but very reliant on missing.
Did you just see the gold though? John Mong, I believe, picked up 610. First turret of the game. Turret plating as well, 400 to this 80 carry. Scout is now going to be spotted out heading towards top side with some good placed wards. And Jomong is set to succeed here. Game 1 on Aphelios, he had a great time. Game 2, he almost had a good time. This time, he's having the bestest of time.
And this is, I was going to say, it's so reminiscent of Game 1 where they find these early advantages, they start getting their other members ahead, and even Jomong ahead, right? And then he is enough damage to win out in these teamfights. He's positioning very well and missing, playing right alongside with him, giving him the space to make all these plays. Also makes you question once again, was it worth it to ban the Wukong instead of the Sephelios?
It has been pretty big in all 3 games, as you mentioned. Teachama now on the sideline, though. He's about to get a firm surprise here. As gets the taunt, flushes away. And Junja forcing the summoner there. That's a good little surprise. EDG will bring back up here. While WE is still pushing towards the mid lane. And Scout going to start realizing how big Jomung is shortly. But they won't be able to get this mid lane turret. So that is a net win for EDG, however small.
Yep, so in WE, actually, though, are going to be the ones who are able to control pressure off that. So getting vision into the top side jungle. Ooh, maybe more the pressure.
Pillar against the wall. Hook lands here onto the support in Mako. Beisheng doesn't do any damage, of course, being the Trundle. But Jomung, who does, is on his way through. They might still be caught out here. Missing brings him in. He still has the death sentence. Mako's kiting away. The ult flushed away from as Jomung sends out the Moonlight Vigil. And now, EDG on the back foot yet again.
Though, Scout did finally finish his Triforce.
That he did.
So that is a huge item breakpoint for them. As well as Hope, who was sitting on just components before for Essence Reaver, has also picked that up. So I don't want to say we should get to the point where EDG should contest. Maybe you feel fine giving up one more dragon and instead trading that for pressure on the opposite side of the map, but you need to be wary of how much you end up giving.
Again, gold lead relevant here when we have that discussion. 2K here as Teacher Ma says Predator time, shielded Duran onto Junjia, but he is able to Arctic Assault away. On the bottom of your screen, you're looking at Jomung, you're looking at how much gold I believe he has here in this early game. Either that or Overhope, I apologize, I'm still learning. But at this point, you can see the difference between the 280 carries is that half item right now.
You know, another point to about W's comp and lacking consistent engages. You actually don't need consistent engage if you're ahead and you're able to get on the objectives first, because that's engage. It's like, hey, I'm on Dragon, you need to come into me.
And that means you need to walk into the range of where the Galio's going to ult.
Yeah, so WE from ahead should have a fine time playing out this game, but Scout's going to continue to get bigger and bigger as the game progresses.
Let's see if he can actually turn it into something this game. Already has had a pretty decent early game despite the last fight.
But keep your eyes on Jomung this fight. He's a full item up over Hope. And once again, if you're EDG, I feel like you just give this dragon up and live to fight another day. At
least stop the Infernal Soul right at this point. We're going to give the stats over with the Infernal and self-WE. Control the river. EDG, you can see, are pathing up towards the Rift Herald, which still has 2 minutes before it despawns. So it looks like that's the play, while WE just going to take this in full vision.
Yeah, and for some reason, EDG started heading over to Rift, then suddenly backed off. Maybe they were afraid that the members of W would come over from how they were posturing, but now W get first turn on mid lane.
Looking towards the open mid. I mean, at this point, I'm just waiting for Mako maybe to make a step up. Death Sentence lands again. Look at that Dark Passage. Brings in Beisheng. Missing does not miss. As usual with his Thresh.
Feels like this match is a signal of the changing of the guard in a sense.
Yeah, very much so. Missing becoming that real veteran. He is the standalone player here in WE, now with the longest history on this org since losing Mystic, since losing Xie. And Xie going over to DMR.
And we thought of Mako as like the captain of this team, right?
Yeah.
He's the leader. He's the one that's supposed to have experience in the highest level of experience, right? Competing internationally many times.
It's like when he has good performances, then the rest of EDG do, but it seems like it's up to Scout who has to walk. What? No way is this champion allowed to exist. Get it off.
I miss the hysterics freaking out at
what
the Phelios.
What the hell was that? The Corki's bottom is in the air, and WE now have a man advantage. They're going to get turret. Another hook lands, and this absurdity cannot continue. Bullet time to clear the way, but a good play yet again as WE continue forward. The aggression with Teacher Ma, now with the shield of Duran, zones away EDG. He's going to be walking out of here because there's no Nautilus ready to go in. WE won the fight.
Ooh.
Maybe not
Are you
yet.
sure?
Ultimate into the back onto Audi. Graviton means he gets locked down here, but with the Haymaker shield, can he survive? Because Joel Mung is walking forward, but Corky, look at Scout. He's now come back for vengeance on top of Joel Mung, who is still healthy. At half health while Morgan deals with the backline. Mako is going to make the double kill here meanwhile, and Scout can't get anything done. WE want this chaos to continue, but they've already won out. They're 6K gold ahead. WE just absolutely smashed EDG.
I wanted to point that out as well, that just 2 or 3 minutes ago, there's only a 2K gold difference, which doesn't feel that insurmountable for the side of EDG. We're suddenly at 5K, I'm sorry, and now who cares about scaling? Look at your Aphelios. Look at the damage he's doing. The rest of your members still completely relevant, and EDG not able to find a way into these fights.
6K again, just to remind you, just about. A little bit under here for WE. Joel Mung is picked up more gold in that last fight as well.
Just like game 1, too. They're playing the map better, pushing out their side lanes, getting vision, roaming first, setting up these dive and aggressive plays in the mid lane. They're pulling EDG apart.
Are you ready to watch this again, though?
I don't know.
Let's see how it's done.
I know you're not ready, but...
He didn't even hit the ulti.
Yeah. Just has the chakrams.
Oh, come on. The tennis balls fly out Corky's butt in the air.
Kind of cute.
Oh, dude, it was longer as well. It was longer. He used to have infinite range.
It was longer. That is the part that's... Oh, my God. That's the
Oh,
part
my
that's scary.
God. I hate this champion so much. Well, he's going to do more of that. He's got 3 items now. Joel Mung, you said he was an item ahead of Hope. Now even more so of this misfortune. And he's 3 levels to boot as well. WE make playoffs here with this game win. They continue forward, and then their fate is decided if they can beat OMG. The playoff dream for Vici is silenced with EDG losing this game 3.
Yep, so WE need to win this here so they can then contest OMG for that 8th spot. And looks like they're going to be able to do it, just ignoring Silence completely, saying, hey, Scout, we don't care. We're just going to force 5-man in the mid lane. Actually, 4-man, but Morgan has TP.
Even with Riptail, this is just going down so quick. Hope is stopped by a great pillar. Yet again, it does clear out the minion wave, but now Teacher Mart in a bit of trouble. Will go golden here with the stopwatch. Going to be knocked up with the depth charge, but Justice Punch was used really nicely. But 2 turrets for EDG here for Scout, picking up the gold.
You know what, though? It didn't change the gold lead. We're still sitting at about 5K for WE.
Oh, what a game. If you're missing this one, you'd be very sad. Apologies again for the stream issues as they look to get resolved here at 22 minutes in the game. Note that Infernal Soul's coming up in 30 seconds.
Also note that the kill participation on both Bei Shang and Jomung being highest on the team is so critical, and again, your only source of engage is on Thresh, so the fact that they're able to find these kills and set up these teamfights without that, just using pressure around the map to move first and surprise the enemy, very impressive.
Lyric, can we do an item check-in? I think it's important, though, before we get to this dragon. I want you to note that Corky has 3 items. Infinity Edge on Scout. Sonya's Hourglass now for Teach 'em Up. 2 items here for the Aatrox. WE moving in.
We need to see Scout start putting out some damage.
Morganflake. He has the World Ender available, but he's been spotted out now. On top of Scout, the most fed member, as he has to deal with this Aatrox. He's poking him down, but Morgan has his number. He's got the dunk down. Aphelios ults in the middle, and WE know that playoffs is important to them. They ain't losing here. 5 versus 4 for 40 seconds.
And extremely crucial was the fact that Hope didn't look, he just had bullet time up now, didn't have it during that fight, so would have had a really good timing right there, but still WE finally engaged. Great flank coming out from Morgan, and Infernal Soul picked up.
Now pings are going down towards the Baron. WE know this extends for another 15 seconds. They're willing to start this one up and draw in EDG.
They have the chakrams available, so also going to be great. Just once again forcing EDG into you. Missing that ult on Sejuani is so crucial.
Scout with no flash, crucially to look at. No package in hand either. Baron going down to 5K. WE looking for the turn. Teleporters coming in. They're pulled in. Teach 'em up. Who goes golden again? The bullet time now used, though. And to no effect as the re-engage from WE. In a choke. Audi does find a good haymaker, but he's dead to missing as they fly in yet again. Morgan is massive here on this Aatrox. He has a window to close on in, but he doesn't have flash available. EDG lose yet another member, and it's Audi dead again.
Look, 6,000 gold and Infernal Soul on the side of WE. They just hit too hard at this point in the game, but still, at least you dissuaded WE from taking the Baron at this point. But there's nothing stopping from WE just recalling and going at it once again.
Round number 2. Talked about that gold lead here at only 25 minutes in the game. It does feel like we're at late game, right? It feels like we are in close to ultra late game territory with how this game has developed, with all the fighting that we've seen, with 27 kills underneath 25 minutes. Look at what they picked up on the way back here for WE. Another BF sword in hand of the Fed Aphelios on Jomong. They're ready to go once again. A lot of broken stopwatches on the side of WE. But they're ready to fight nevertheless.
Important to note with that is that somehow Jomong still has not used his stopwatch once this game, and he has both summoners available. So it doesn't matter if you get on top of the Aphelios, still going to be able to reposition and play out this fight very safely.
Plus hasn't had to use the flash as well. Has the heal in hand too. Missing Note still has his flash.
Yes, he does.
You said that, didn't you?
I did.
I
didn't say the missing flash. I said the Jomong.
Oh, no, sorry. That's okay. I was too absorbed in the items getting picked up. I was absorbed in this Corki pushing towards the bottom lane, so I'll apologize for that one.
This is why we also love seeing Scout on champions like Irelia who can abuse enemies in the side lane. But Corki needs to be this team fighting champion, grouped up, laying down the damage with the rockets. And I'm expecting to see Scout on the bottom of the damage graph once again.
Oh, okay.
We don't even see him throwing out rockets when WE are just right in front of him.
Now, as you said, he does have to get back, though. He has the teleport available, but looks to pick up this rapid fire cannon before the fight begins. Baron has already been starting getting chipped down yet again.
Ooh, looks like they're just going to use it to force out the TP.
Yeah, right through the mid lane here for Scout. No package again. Missing looking to zone at 5k. Crucially, once again, the Death Sentence lands on top of Mako. The pillow sends him up, bouncing again. Junjia walking away, missing, getting low. The bullet time was good, but Tichama into the backline. Two-man shield to Duran. This Galio has just sealed the deal. Tichama might fall here. In fact, no, he survives while WE go forward. Flash burnt in the end by Jomong. And that's going to be all she wrote with WE really smacking home.
And this is WE once again keeping that playoff dream alive, and Hope not going to be alive much longer, but actually it's only missing here, of course, Tichama coming from the side. Can they end?
I mean, that is a good question. 15 seconds on Audi, 15 seconds on Maudi, on Mako, sorry. Tichama's going to come in, Hope is going to die. So at the very least, if it's not an end now, when will it be? 3 people here.
Oh
Audi's still not up. Mako's still not up. Now they spawn. Junja trying to dissuade this. Jomong kites back, but takes a turret shot. So does Bei Sheng. Game's not over just yet. Vici is saying thank you.
I was right the first time. Not able to end. Got a bit dicey there for EDG at the end. Like, oh my god, they actually could do it. But guess what? WE, even if they don't want to do it now, they could even just reset and then do this Baron.
No, they're going to do it right now. They don't care, but this could be very dangerous. Remember, this still doesn't go down as quick as you think.
And a lot of ults are down on the side of WE as well.
Tichama, Bei Sheng low. Jomong at full health, though. Missing at half. Junja over the side. Arctic Assault there. He's found the jungler. Ooh. EDG with the biggest pick this game.
EDG can turn on Baron.
And it's a 3k. They keep the aggro triggered. Morgan's still in the world ender, though. As EDG look to move away, but no. Again, Tichama towards everybody. Mako now left behind. The bullet time interrupted. A quadra kill for this better Aphelios, and now it's definitely the game.
And Jomong has been so massive this game. Doesn't matter that Bei Sheng went down first, finding the right members, and they, like you just said, they live to fight another day. They have a chance in playoffs.
Do you think Tichama doesn't care that he can't find a way into this fight? He walks up to them, he presses W, and just like that, EDG disappear. Game 3, WE keep their playoff dream alive. It's goodbye Vici and hello to WE and OMG coming up tomorrow.
You know, this is so exciting. I'm so happy before